Hi, this is Nitish. Very good afternoon to all of you for tuning in. I manage the business development of platform and technology business in India, and SAP Cloud Platform is a very integral part of the overall platform and technologies. So, as a part of the Indus special interest group, we have an SIG for SAP Cloud Platform, and within that SIG, we host this monthly webinar on a new topic or topic of interest for our customers. And we have been doing this for the last few months now. And today's topic for the month of August is SAP Cloud Platform Integration. Now, integration as a topic is something which is very, very well known and well entrenched into any organization. I'm sure everybody on the call understands what integration is. And if at all the messaging was not so concrete, it has been further reinforced by our CEO in the last couple of months, where he has brought it back to the table in terms of highlighting the importance of an integrated enterprise. And there's a lot of stuff that SAP is doing with. So we thought we'll take this opportunity to tell you about the latest and greatest on the integration portfolio. Where are we headed, and how we think that we will be able to solve the problems of multiple organizations with our comprehensive integration portfolio. And to talk about that and more, I have got Arti Gopalan from the product management team of integration, and she has been, I think, living and breathing this topic for quite a good number of years and helping customers in India and abroad. So we will not spend too much of time further on my English. So let's straight away dive into the topics. So Arti, over to you.
Thank you, Nitish. A warm welcome to all of you. Good afternoon. As Nitish rightly pointed out, integration has become, an inevitable key to any organization today, and hence the choice of topic today is how you can accelerate your digital transformation, your intelligent enterprise journeys with Cloud Platform Integration Suite. I have been part of SAP product management for over 12 years now, focusing on the space of technology and innovation. And in my current role, I focus on customer adoption, and it is a global role. Right. In this session, what we want to talk about is how SAP Cloud Platform supports in accelerating the intelligent enterprise journey during before as well as after the S4HANA transition. S4HANA transition is something that has also become a core into discussions in organizations where digital transformation projects are taking place. So we are talking about how value can be generated from the digital transformation even before S4HANA transition, as well as after and during the transition. So we understand our customers have varied requirements to enable greater efficiencies, faster innovations, increased time to value. Due to the unprecedented and uncertain times of today, digitization has become key to being adept in businesses. Organizations are looking to be super connected. They are looking to create personalized experiences, omni-channel interactions. Organizations aspire to be agile and innovative with 360 degrees visibility across their various entities. They are looking to have a central, at the same time, flexible operations in place. Organizations are looking to achieve greater flexibility, basically, right, by providing self-service to attain an ultimate empowerment that is not just within the organization's boundaries, but also to extend it beyond the boundaries and to reach the entire ecosystem that they are involved in, be it vendors, partners, or customers. What all these goals reflect is that there is a need for connected data and processes inside the organization as well as beyond the organization to ensure that the people in the value chain are provided with the right and contextual information to drive the transformation. The message that we want to drive to our customers is that you can adapt your businesses faster and construct innovations at scale when you think about integrations at the beginning of your digital transformation journey. So what we obviously from SAP did is we also did a survey to understand our customers' current migration strategy in the S4 space, in the business suite space. And from here, we have also derived the insight that a key component of every business case that our customers are building today is around integrating and connecting front-end systems and LOB applications with their digital core. This is a use case which is being considered by the operations team, by the IT departments, right? Where they are deriving these business case along with the lines of businesses. Uh, they are looking to re-engineer processes, bring in process excellencies. And we have over 77% of our customers who have participated in the survey, who call out that SAP's integration platform, which is nothing but SAP Cloud Platform Integration Suite, is part of their S4HANA migration journey. At this point in time, let me also quickly share the vision from SAP, the intelligent enterprise strategy, and how integration play is crucial in the strategy. So as Nitish earlier mentioned, we also have our CEO talking about what integration is in the context of SAP's vision, right, on process excellence. So we have the business processes, lead to cash, source to pay, recruit to retire, design to operate, that are being delivered to our customers, mainly for the 360-degree company perspective that has become a focus. Right, we have the applications which is underlying it. We have SAP applications, we have partner applications, we have the third-party applications that are all being used as part of our customers' landscape today for this seamless experience, end-to-end experience that is being seeked. And the layer which is supporting all of this technically is the BTP, the technology platform layer. And this is the layer with which we support user propagation, ensuring that there is consistent security, identity management, user experience across SAP applications, a consistent analytics view, aligned data model which is being delivered to simplify seamless experience across the business processes. Right, the fundamental aspect of this whole exercise is to ensure that the information flow across the different systems which are being, which are part of the cycle, is consistent, is stable, is reliable. And that is where the integration layer becomes the foundation to establishing the seamless experience that we are talking about. These details have been captured and shared as part of the paper, and when the slides are shared with you, you'll also have the access to the links if you have not yet read the paper yet. So just to quickly touch upon, it was published in Feb 2020 first, and now updated paper has also been published in the month of July. So it may be interesting to see what are the updates, what are the newer integration strategies and views which are being shared across SAP.
Arti, if it is okay, maybe we can hold for a second and ask how
Mm-hmm.
many of you here on the call have actually read this white paper, or at least seen or know the white paper exists? Maybe you can just quickly put it on the chat, or unmute yourself and share.
Yeah, this is Nitant here. I haven't read this white paper till now because I was not aware of it, although I'm quite interested in the integration strategy of SAP
Okay.
because we are on AWS cloud. So there are
Okay.
multiple requirements for us, but we are not aware. So it's a good handy document to have. We'd like
Okay.
to look into it.
So this is probably one of the challenges as well, is that while all of this information is available and freely shared through Indus, we've shared this as well, and I think if I'm not wrong, a link to this paper is also available on the Indus website. We've also sent an email to all the members with the paper. So um, yeah, we will, once you get the slides, you will also get the link to this white paper. Please download it and read it. It's a good uh, it's a good paper to read. Sorry,
Yes.
Arti, please go on.
No, no worries, Mukesh. That is a very good point to emphasize. It is definitely a very interesting read, and also helps shaping maybe your own enterprise strategy, and how you look at the different technologies which are being delivered by SAP. So definitely worth a read if you are not aware. Maybe definitely check it out, and a handy document as was pointed out. So with that, what very clearly is understood from both strategic perspective at SAP and in our customers is that there is an ever-growing integration need that needs to be addressed, right? So there is a focus on technology-enabled growth and transformation that comes into picture, and SAP's cloud platform has the necessary tooling that can be used to create custom business logic on the cloud platform stack. This is being supported in the context of S4 by 340 odd APIs, 2,500 odd CDS views, and 90 plus business events that have been shared on SAP's API Business Hub. So this is in the context of S4, but overall, if you look at SAP's API Business Hub, you will also find it a repository of APIs, integrations, events, and CDS views, which are being shared across SAP's applications, right? SAP's cloud applications. So it may be extremely useful for you also to check out API Business Hub for the different content for the integrations use cases that are being covered. So while all these, the APIs, the CDS views simplifies the extension story and allows you to decouple the business logic, the custom business logic from the digital core, and drives the message of keeping the core clean, which is what SAP has been repeating for a while, right? It is also there is the tactical approach which needs to be targeted, and that is where SAP's Cloud Platform Integration Suite provides standard out-of-the-box integration content and services that lets you get started. What does this mean is that you have the end-to-end flow, which is created and published by SAP and by some of our select partners, which can be configured and deployed in your landscape to get you started. And obviously, these integration flows, these end-to-end flows can also be customized to your requirements. But you will see more on it as I get into the details of it. So SAP, as I said, along with select partners, has provided 1,500 odd. Now the number is obviously dynamically increasing. We have more and more contributions over the period of time. The number now is 1,500 plus out-of-the-box integrations for SAP to SAP, as well as to non-SAP integrations that are available for your consumption as well as customizations. These are the typical use cases of replicating data, connecting with government and regulatory agencies, as well as business process content to support the two-tier hybrid ERP if you have that in your organization's landscape. So as you can see, we cover the end-to-end, the breadth of the scenarios and the use cases with these pre-packaged, pre-built integration content, which is available on API Business Hub. We also have integrations, and we would like to emphasize on this. Typically, integration platform at SAP is perceived to be SAP to SAP integrations, but we would also like to emphasize that the integrations into non-SAP applications, the most widely used data stores, our partner solutions that bring added value are also available. We have, in addition to these pre-built content, which can accelerate the way you integrate and get started, we also have a rich set of connectors for seamless connectivity with 160 plus non-SAP applications that could be in use in any organizational landscape. This can be used to create the custom business logic that can be built on the decoupled platform, which is SAP Cloud Platform, allowing innovations to run in parallel with your digital core. This basically is supporting the bimodal development focus, most importantly, decoupling the custom logic to ensure business continuity. So you have the flexibility to use the API-based approach and not be concerned about the downstream systems, whether it is an older version or ECC, or if it is the newer version, which is S4HANA, or it be the S4HANA on cloud. So and because you are decoupling the logic, you are having the accelerated implementation because of the pre-built integrations that we are providing. You have the power to repurpose the integrations as the digital core transformation project evolves in the background without being concerned about what the downstream system is. And this is what we also would like to emphasize. So when it comes to the key integration principles and how SAP is supporting your integration strategy, we talk about these four. The first being the out-of-the-box integrations. You will hear me talking about the prepackaged integrations multiple times. But it is definitely a value add, that we are bringing to the table along with integration flows that are being delivered. We also have the message mappings, the value mappings that are being provided by SAP LOB solutions as well as by our partners. We have the aligned data models and other constructs which are being shaped up at the moment, right, as part of the vision, overall vision, which are to accelerate your integration efforts. We have the open integration, which are being driven with the API first approach, right? The rich business semantic is being provided for the APIs, which are being delivered by cloud solutions, SAP cloud solutions via API Business Hub. In addition, the rich set of third-party connectors to 160 popular non-SAP SaaS applications. We have the adapters which are natively available as part of SAP's cloud platform, which have been built by SAP as well as by partners, right? These are adapters, technical adapters, which support multiple standard message protocols, transportation protocols, as well as we have application adapters, which means that we have adapters into SAP's applications, obviously, as well as we have adapters which have been built by our partners to connect with third-party applications as well. So this is all the speed of the implementation that is being delivered to you. Right, we have the holistic integration, which is the end-to-end tooling, which supports your B2B, B2G, data analytics, IoT integration use cases as across your hybrid as well as heterogeneous landscapes that you may have. And finally, we have the integration development, which is accelerated because of the embedded AI, the artificial intelligence driven assisted implementation service with integration advisor, which is a crowdsourced intelligence that proposes message mappings, accelerating the implementation time. We have found that in some of our customer scenarios, there is an acceleration of 60 to 70% of their time, by using this particular integration advisor service. So with that, let me segue into the holistic integration capabilities that we offer as part of Integration Suite. So the enterprise grade integration platform from SAP provides capabilities that supports the broad spectrum, right? It has the cloud integration, which supports your classical application to application, business to business, business to government integrations. We have the API management service, which supports your more trending omni-channel engagements, customer 360-degree or HR experiences that are being sought after. We also have a group of other services which supports the consolidation of finance for central finance setup. That is one of the key scenarios that is being considered for digital transformation exercises across organization. So we have the pre-built integration packs through API Business Hub that can be explored. In addition, we have the capabilities for integrating in a resilient and secure way. Right, we have the capabilities to support discovery, governance, and consumption of various SAP application APIs, managing end-to-end lifecycle of the interfaces across your landscape, be it SAP or non-SAP, or the satellite applications that you're creating. We have the capability to support how you access, how you, what are the security best practices that are being applied on top of these interfaces when, you are sharing it with your digital ecosystem. We have the capability to sense and respond to business events, right? Providing the capability to create event-based integrations. We have, as I mentioned before, adapters to different technical protocols to applications as well, right? That are being shipped by SAP and partners. And basically capabilities that connect, accelerate, and empower your developers. To help you understand how these capabilities support use cases, in the next two slides, what I'll talk about are the different scenarios that are in use across our customers. So the first is the connectivity between the SAP and non-SAP applications. This is like a basic requirement, A to A, B to B integrations, right? This is expedited with the prepackaged content. This covers and addresses standard use cases, but then the prepackaged content is just the starting point. You can further enhance the logic to suit your integration needs. With cloud integration, we provide you the highest levels of security with data isolation and multi-tenancy. We support secure communication channels with transport level security measures. The cloud integration also ensures message level security, message and payload level encryptions, digital signing of messages, and then how you access it, right? Controlled and protected authorization, authentication checks that can be added on as security measures to meet our customer expectations. So this is one of the typical scenarios that we have been seeing. Is it just hiding for me? Okay, let me move it. The next scenario that we have seen are the hybrid integration requirements, where cloud to ground, ground to cloud integrations are to be addressed. While we do have the process orchestration layer and interoperability with cloud platform integration suite, what we also have is a focused roadmap from SAP's perspective on how to future-proof your integration strategy, right? This is a paper which was recently also shared, and if you are a PIPO customer, this may be of interest to you. I will get into much more details of what exactly we are sharing as part of the strategy paper in the next few slides, right? I will definitely touch upon this, as this may be of interest to this round. We have the data integration scenarios that are sought after, typically synchronization of data sources, batch, real-time processing that are required, right? We have the data intelligence tooling that helps in data integration tasks, pipelining, allows you to ready data for machine learning as well. These are so the data intelligence supports the complex ETL kind of use cases that you may have, and the simpler ETL cases can be supported with the integration tool sets itself, where you're thinking about replication of information, synchronization of data, right? So this can be supported with the integration suite layer itself. So this is also something which customers ask quite a lot about, and a vaster subject, but we can get into it in detail if there are questions. Then we have, we see a lot of integration requirements across the globe around the B2G use cases, which is integrating with government or regulatory authorities. We have integrations, pre-built integrations basically for digital and document compliance for over 32 government across the globe, pre-built by industry experts and shared on API Business Hub. Obviously, what this means is that the content is being maintained and managed by the industry experts at SAP for the customers. And whenever there is an upgrade to the policies, to the way the government or regulatory authorities support the digital compliance, requirements to be changed, the upgrades are also taken care by the industry experts and gets reflected as part of the content which is being consumed by organizations. So it simplifies your entire life cycle. One of the more asked scenarios in the recent past has been the omni-channel access by APIfying your landscapes, right, and allowing your digital ecosystem to grow and scale. So APIs are the foundation for building your integrations as well as extension use cases. They unlock your data, allows you to connect, innovate, empower your users in the network, be it connecting with employees from a HR experience perspective, maybe to customers or to partners, right, from a vendor management perspective. So you have all these needs where digital ecosystem is being evolved, omni-channel access is being sought after. What we suggest is the use of API management layer to support the vertical integration requirements that may be in your organization. This is the capability that provides you, the complete life cycle of APIs, where you basically are using these APIs at a scale basically you have multiple customers. For example, we have organizations who have millions of customers who are connecting to the backend system for information to be fetched on their mobile data application, for example, right? So you are constantly fetching records from your backend systems to your mobile applications, or some other handheld device or your web applications, which means that your backends have to scale to cater to such huge requests, right? And this can be easily accomplished by bringing in the layer of API management into your architecture. So this, in addition to bringing in the possibilities of scales, of reliability, what it also brings in the aspects of securing your data access points, ensuring user propagation, access control, authorization. And to support all of this, we have 40 plus API policies, or common functions which have been provided by the toolings, right, that can be applied on the APIs that you have, and then bring in the capabilities of self-service, so that your development ecosystem, which is obviously growing as your reach increases, can subscribe, can consume these APIs, bringing in the omni-channel experience that your organizations are seeking, as well as bringing in the concepts of monitoring, governing how these endpoints are being consumed, how it is being performant, whether it is being performant, or if there are any errors which needs to be catered or taken care of. Then all these aspects are brought in with the API management capability. Few other scenarios, obviously there are many more scenarios, right, that we can talk about, is integration with business partners. These are the B2B scenarios where we have multiple adapters, AS2, AS4 adapters, for example, the capability to transform your EDIs. We also ship the B2B libraries, which are standard, industry standards like ACX12, EDIFACT, to name a few. We have the integration advisor capability, the AI-based integration, or the assisted implementation that is supported. This helps rather in managing your integration interfaces, in proposing mappings that can be used as part of your integration flows. So we have, as I mentioned earlier, the implementation efforts comes down by nearly 60% in some of our customer scenarios, and it basically speeds up your implementation cycles by a marginal effort. We also have, multi-flavored integration scenarios which are being targeted by our customers. Think integration with analytic applications. SAC is a very standard integration where use cases are being considered. Mobile applications, integration with mobile applications is also another pattern that we see. One of the most interesting architectural patterns which is kicking into attention right now is the asynchronous messaging pattern, where you are bringing in the concepts of reliable messaging, being able to tackle huge loads of data that can be transmitted effortlessly. Our messaging capability via JMS, via async queues, support decoupling of the communication, ensuring reliability in data transmission for mission critical scenarios. It allows basically the aspects of scaling, right? The other pattern in asynchronous messaging is also fire and forget pattern. This is like you're basically if a business object is getting created, changed, or deleted in your system of record, right? Maybe S4HANA, you want to be notified right in real time. Let us assume that you have a headquarter subsidiary model, for example, and your subsidiary has some change in record of maybe the vendor that they are using, or the customer request which is coming in. Then you would want to be notified as part of your headquarters operations. You would need the information. And here in this particular cases, you have the enterprise messaging service, which enables event-driven architecture, development of microservices through the concept of topics, queues that are being supported, right? AMQP adapters, etc., which are being supported. And last but not the least, we have the connectivity with non-SAP solutions that is obviously there as part of heterogeneous landscapes that is, that is the setup in most of the organizations today. And so to address this, we have the connectors to 160 plus non-SAP applications. We have open connectors, which provides rich access to APIs in a harmonized manner. So what is the advantage you're getting, right? You definitely will have, let us assume that you have your sales organization, which has introduced non-SAP CRM applications like HubSpot or Zoho or Salesforce. And for incident management, you have your ops team, which has invested into some non-SAP application like Freshdesk or Jira. Or, for payments management, you have QuickBooks or FreshBooks or one of these being used. The difficulty in using the API is that every API is unique in itself. Every application which is offering these APIs have their own mechanisms for authentication, for error handling, for bulk operations. And each of these applications APIs needs to be understood by the developers, right? Needs to be handled by the developers. Instead, with open connectors, what you get is an easy connectivity and consumption across the 160 odd non-SAP applications in a harmonized manner, which means that we have taken care, we have normalized how you authenticate, how you consume events, bulk operations across all these applications in a unified manner. And this is what is given to you as a developer who is focusing on integration or also on extensions using the heterogeneous, on top of the heterogeneous landscape that you have. So open connectors is a very interesting concept, as well as a popular concept which promotes the non-SAP application usage, if there are any in your landscape, and accelerates it. With that, I will jump into a quick demo that gives you a quick, an interesting view of how all these capabilities are being brought together, in addition to the scenarios that I explained. So let us consider the role of Jen. Here, Jen is a sales executive responsible for some key accounts. And so she needs 360-degree view of her customers. She wants to see top opportunities, existing orders, upsell opportunities, visibility to support and incident requests that are being raised, right? And she can do this, rather she wants to do this in real time, right? So that she is able to take actions. But to do this, let us look at the typical organization landscape of such a, a typical large organization, if you may. Here we will have, a backend system like S4HANA or Business Suite, right, which has information about the material, the products, the pricing, the sales orders specific to a customer, etc. Then you may have a customer experience system, which may be SAP CX, or it could be a non-SAP CRM system like HubSpot or Salesforce, which is being used by the sales LOB, which has information about contacts, accounts, opportunities, etc. And then you have the channel of engagement. It's in the sense of how you handle the incidents, with Freshdesk and ServiceNow being used. Then you have the way Jen and sales executives similar to Jen are communicating with these backend systems itself. The channel of engagement being either chatbot, viewing the analytics on top of it, having an application which has been built specifically for the customer 360-degree perspective, right? And the idea is to make sure that all these systems, the backend systems, are providing the experience which is required, which is where Cloud Platform Integration Suite comes into picture, right? With the goodness of the integration flows that can be used, the RESTful APIs, which available in a harmonized manner, the integration which can be built into the web and mobile applications. You can also have the authentication aspects across the applications taken care with the Cloud Platform Integration Suite capabilities. Let me, for the demo, what I'm going to use are these three systems: S4HANA Cloud, Salesforce, and ServiceNow. And let me jump into the actual demo itself. So just as a glimpse into what SAP API Business Hub provides. So if you're not familiar with it already, you can explore it at api.sap.com. I'm logging in to API Business Hub. And let me see if there is anything related to ServiceNow on API Business Hub. So we have the open connectors, multiple help desk related open connectors which are available. Let me mark it as my favorite. Similarly, I start looking for any information around Salesforce, right? So there are Salesforce available as part of open connectors, but this is cloud and storage. Let me look at from a package perspective. I see that CRM is also available. Customer relationship management is also available. I can open it. Now, another check that I want to do is look at the integration packages, the pre-packaged integrations that are available on API Business Hub. Here as well, I see that there are integrations into S4, S4HANA Cloud, into also the Business Suite, the SAP ERP system with Salesforce available, pre-built and shipped by SAP's partners and SAP, right? You see all these adapters which are available. So I can start, marking them as my favorite, and I can come back to them later on when I start actually building the, the complete customer 360 degrees application. What the biggest benefit that SAP Cloud Platform Integration Suite provides is that there is a seamless connectivity between API Business Hub, the pre-built content and the APIs that you are seeing on the API Business Hub, and our different capabilities on the integration suite, which means when I log into CPI, which is Cloud Platform Integration capability, the process integration capability, which is part of the portfolio, I can discover the packages that you just saw. So let me do that, right? I can actually see the different packages which are available in the tooling as well, right? And I can consume them. In this particular case, S4HANA Cloud integration with Salesforce, and I can copy it directly into my design space and start, using it as it is. So which means all the artifacts that you see, right? The 11 artifacts that you're seeing on the screen. Right, let me jump into the design view, and you can see the 11 artifacts have been copied in and are available for my use as part of this, this copy, right, at this point in time. So you can see that it is available for my use, and I can consume any of these 11 integration flows which have been pre-delivered by SAP. In addition to this, I can also start creating integration flows, custom integration flows that suit Jen's need in this particular case. So what Jen needs is incident management, that is ServiceNow. She wants also access to the customer information which is available in Salesforce. So what I have already done for our demo is created this integration package and created OData service for the incident service, for the opportunities, for the accounts, where obviously these are all coming from different systems of record. Accounts is coming from the Salesforce system, the incident is coming from the ServiceNow system, opportunities is again coming from the Salesforce system. So I get all this information. Let me also open up one of these. In this particular case, I am opening up the opportunities service, the OData service that I have created. The benefit of this particular aspect is that I have all the integration flows and how I connect into these different systems taken care in the background, right? And when I share it with the application developer who is going to create the customer 360 degree view for Jen, they will only be consuming opportunities service as one OData service, where you have the option to create, read, update, and delete the different queries, the different operations available for their use. So as you can see, what happens is that in this particular OData service, when it is invoked and a query call is being made, it actually connects using the open connectors to the Salesforce system, and it fetches the expected information. So it would be in the request reply, right, where you are being you are connecting with open connectors, which is mapped to Salesforce. You are sending in, you're basically querying exactly the information that is required for the specific use case. And these are then shared with your developers. How do you share it with developers? That becomes the next question. So integration flow is a concept I am assuming that most of you are familiar with. Connecting systems of records, transforming them, the transformation logic which is built into the flow, right? To make sure that the sender information, the message is getting transmitted and routed to the receiver appropriately. Now, if you look at how can all these services that are being built for Gen's use case be discovered and consumed. So in this particular case, API management comes into play, and you have something called as a developer portal. Now, if I access the developer portal, so let us assume that now I am an application developer who is actually going to consume and build these services, right? These data and processes to build the dashboard which Gen requires. All I will see is, here is a package for me. Here are the multiple services which are available for me. I can also get into the details of it, view the documentation associated with each of these services. Also try them out, right? I can actually try it out in the developer portal, and I can also start consuming it. There are also additional features like downloading the SDK so that you can consume it as part of your applications, mobile applications. If you are building any, that can be done. But now coming to what exactly Gen required, right? Gen required a portal, which provides her customer 360 degrees view of the opportunities which are available, of the revenue details, of the incidents if there are any from the customers. And this is what has been built. So you can see that for Gen, this is complete, right? But if you see in the background, where are all this information coming from? Accounts is coming from S4, opportunities is coming from Salesforce, incident is coming from ServiceNow, so on and so forth, right? So you have one single window where you have been able to integrate the different systems of record and bring in this perspective for Gen. Also, obviously, with API management capabilities, you can bring in access controls. So if Gen is not allowed to access some information, that can be hidden from her, right, at the application level as well. So all this can be brought in. With that, let me jump back into my slides and talk about the last section that I wanted to address, which is around what is the integration strategy that we share with our customers. So in case you are unfamiliar, SAP offers what is known as an integration solution advisor methodology. This methodology offers a holistic approach to looking at your organization's integration requirements and also creating this enterprise specific strategy. Right. So it starts with scoping of your integration domain. It helps in outlining the integration areas, let us say in your hybrid landscape. The second step is identifying the integration styles, the use case patterns that can be suiting your integration domains. The methodology basically is catering to enterprise architects, right? By providing a cockpit of all the typical integration patterns that can be used, extended, adapted to suit a specific context of the customer. Until this step, right, till step 1 and 2, you remain technologically agnostic. It is the last step that allows you to derive the customer specific, your enterprise specific integration guidelines. By mapping integration styles, the use case patterns that you have selected to the integration technology or capability that should be used in the specific context of your enterprise. So this is what integration solution advisor methodology is all about. You can see this very well written blog on the solution advisory methodology and how it can be used as to draw your strategy in the organization as an enterprise architect.
So, Arti, this is Mukesh here. One of the questions that multiple times customers have asked me in the past, and some partners as well, because they are building the integrations for some of their customers, is that there are multiple ways to enable a particular integration scenario. So for example, the same thing can be enabled using cloud integration. The same thing can also be done via API hub. So how do you know? Is there a recommendation from SAP which says for certain kind of things, certain kind of integration methodologies are recommended, or certain tools are recommended for certain kind of things? Does this cover that?
Yes, the ISAM covers it from a capability perspective, which suits what kind of a use case is being covered. But we also have blueprints and other additional help which can be utilized by our customers in this particular case, Mukesh. You are right. You can use the hammer to also fit in a screw into a space, right? You can hit it with hit a nail with it or hit a screw with it. It doesn't matter. But from a performance point of view, we have identified that certain scenarios require certain toolings, and that is why you have this kind of a toolbox kind of a setup which has been provided, which has multiple capabilities being offered to you. So as customers, if there is a confusion, we also step in and provide them guidelines and workshops which can be utilized in these cases. So ISAM is definitely a starting point, but there are other mechanisms which can be used to identify which capability suits you as well.
Thanks, Arti.
Okay, now the crucial question which keeps coming to us on a regular basis is about, if you are already having SAP process orchestration as part of your landscape, then what do we do, right? This is a question. Is the support of process orchestration ending? If so, how and when do you move to cloud, right? So we'll start about this with this particular slide, which talks about the differentiations of the between the two. This is more or less familiar to you, so let us quickly jump into the other details. So what we are talking about is cloud integration suite, which is obviously cloud native service. It gives you pre-built content that can be configured and deployed as to integrate the applications, to integrate businesses. They can also be customized to suit your organization requirements. They cater SAP to SAP as well as non-SAP integrations, right? As cloud application, the cost of infrastructure connectivity, software licenses, operations are all taken care by SAP. You get a fully managed service on multi-cloud setup. You also get the qualities of scale and resilience because it is a cloud. And most importantly, you get the next generation capabilities with API management, with open connectors, the assisted implementation, simplified tooling to address your enterprise integration patterns. In comparison with PI or PO, you basically are taking care of the installation and deployment by yourself, the maintenance by yourself. Non-SAP integrations are done, right? It is obviously being done, but it is being custom developed or being purchased from partners as of today, right? And it obviously comes with a huge maintenance related aspects that you need to take care of. So in our future proofing your integration strategy, we recommend 3 aspects, right? The first is that in case you have 7.4 or lower version, make sure that you are migrating to 7.5, as the mainstream version of the previous versions are ending in 2020, and 7.5 is available in mainstream maintenance till 2027 and extended maintenance till 2030. So in case you are already on the lower versions, make sure that you are upgrading yourself to 7.5, NetWeaver 7.5 at least. We also recommend that you move away from the dual stack to Java-based single stack architecture by either making use of AEX, which is Advanced Adapter Engine Extended, or to SAP Process Orchestration Architecture. This not only provides you higher functional scope, but it also brings you the benefit of the built-in cloud integration runtime that we have already shipping, right? Which brings you the flexibility of building the integrations using the cloud integration design time, and then running it on the on-premise landscape. So this brings you the flexibility in the pipeline on where you are deploying already. But obviously it comes with limited features, so bear that in mind. The second recommended action that we bring to you is to build newer agile integrations that your organizations are focusing upon using the integration suite. So what it means is that SAP Cloud Platform Integration Suite, as you saw, has the supported toolings required for building your cloud as well as your hybrid integration scenarios, A2A, B2B, B2G, data integration, API-based integration. We have a rich set of technical application adapters which are shared, open connectors which are being shared, right, to accelerate the speed with which you integrate and implement. Use these, and more importantly, the acceleration that you are getting because of the pre-built integration packs from SAP and partners, which are accessible from SAP API Business Hub. You can use these, leverage the rich design time tools of integration suite to build integration flows, right? And use the local runtime, which I mentioned earlier with NetWeaver 7.5 on the Java stack. This reduces the development efforts big time. In the case of ground-to-ground integration scenarios, some of our customers prefer having them available and running in the local runtime, which is the deployment flexibility that they are looking for. That is also being supported with the 7.5 version, right? The third recommendation that we have is that as part of your broad digital transformation strategy, start moving your existing integration scenarios to integration suite. Right? Move your cloud to cloud, ground to cloud integrations by default to integration suite. In case you have pass-through integration scenarios, make use of API management capability, right? Instead of the PIPO layer. This brings in the required flexibility, also brings in the security best practices, the traffic policies, the access controls to APIs, which are available as part of the cloud capability, right? Which are the added benefits. In addition, you can reuse existing interfaces and mappings from PIPO also in CPIS. So this is something that again, as a limited capability is available. Just check out this particular blog, which has been written by my colleague, and it may be already useful in moving your interfaces to integration suite. And in integration suite, what we also provide are the guidelines, the practices, the patterns, right, that explain how to design and build enterprise-grade integration flows and implement the typical integration patterns in a robust fashion on the integration suite. So in case you have multiple customized flows which needs to be rebuilt, then we have a lot of support available in the form of guidelines, patterns, as well as a strong community presence which is being focused upon by SAP that can be leveraged for this. The
Arti,
reason
there is a question here. So from Kavan, what about SAP Cpi versus HANA SDI for cloud data integration with SAP B4HANA?
with SAP
BW for HANA.
BW for HANA. Okay. See, the use cases which are supported by SDI versus CPI are extremely different, right? So smart data integration is now coming under the data intelligence layer, right? We have the ETL, the really complex ETL and bulk data, which needs to be moved or replicated, which typically is being supported with SDI. It has its own use cases that are being supported. Process integration is also used in lightweight ETL scenarios. So it depends on where you are using it today for us to recommend whether SDI should be used or CPI should be used. Hope that answers.
Yeah, just to add to that, Nitish here, I think in a typical scenario of integration with BW for HANA, I'm assuming that it is for analytical workloads. I think SDI from HANA would be a recommended approach, given it is pure data integration play. And if there is any transformation required, then yes, of course, we have got the data services as well.
Yeah, that's a very good point. From BW for HANA perspective, it is you are looking at extracting data and pushing it for analytics purpose so SDI can be used, but then adding on to it, if you are also bringing in the HANA perspective, then yeah, again, architectural requirements dictate which can be used for sure.
Thanks, Arti. Please go on.
Yeah. So what I also wanted to call out is this what we are looking at in the future from PIPO perspective. We are looking at providing lightweight runtime, what we call it as the integration cell, right? This is we are looking at what will be leveraging the containerized technologies like Docker, right? Which means that the design, the configuration, the monitoring we can be done on the cloud, but the customers will have the deployment flexibility so that all these integration patterns that you had you would have created on the cloud can also be used run on the on-premise landscape if required. So the on-premise runtime shall support all the functional, non-functional capabilities that are being supported by the integration suite at this point in time, and that is what we are looking at in the future, right? This type of hybrid deployment provides the flexibility on top of the fully managed multi-cloud integration suite offering, and is being planned to be available as part of 2021 release. So do check out our, as we go ahead in the roadmap and our plans to get this into action. So this is the path ahead for and specifically to create your integration strategy as customers who have been using process orchestration. So with this, you heard me talk about how integration is the key to intelligent enterprise journey, how SAP's vision is evolving. We talked about enterprise-grade integration suite capabilities delivered via the SAP Cloud Platform, right? And you also talked about, or rather, you heard me talk about future-proofing your integration strategy and what is being planned to come in the next near future. We have obviously these links which will be shared with you. Here is an insider article that talks about what is a message which is being delivered, future-proof your integration strategy, written by colleagues of mine. We also have the CIO guides for integration. You will very soon also find the updated version of it and once they are available, I'll also share it with Mukesh so that he can share it with the INDUS group. The CIO guides to which talks about integration in the context of cloud and hybrid, as well as in the context of process and data integration. And this second may be good guidance for the when to use process integration capabilities versus data integration capabilities for sure. The key takeaways is integration is a cornerstone to intelligent enterprise, right? The integration projects can be simplified with the modular intelligent iPaaS platform, which is being delivered by SAP, and SAP's integration suite supports the enterprise-wide iPaaS scenarios that you heard me talk about. The roadmap explorers is available, and thank you for your attention. I know it extended beyond the given timeline, so sorry about that, and hope it was useful and interesting for you. If you have the time, I can also spare some to answer some questions and answers and discuss if there are any queries on the call.
Thanks, Arti. Nitish, would you want to kind of close, or if there is any questions, maybe
Yeah.
two questions. Yeah.
Let's keep the floor open for a few seconds to hear if you have any questions or comments or any thoughts on how would you like to engage with us.
Actually, one question is there. SAP since past 3-4 years have been asking for this indirect licensing cost for integration, means which is a concern in the market. So all these integration platform, one question will come in all organizations is, what is the additional indirect license cost we have to pay, which will increase the overall cost of the solution?
Nitish, do you want to take that?
Yes, I can take it. So Ashok, thanks for the question. See, I mean, the entire topic of digital access or indirect licensing is very ERP centric topic, right? Now, when we look at S4HANA or ECC, there are certain scenarios and there are some clear documented guidelines around it, which will attract a digital access licenses. Now, it really does not depend on what middleware you are using. Are you using SAP Cloud Platform integration or a different integration approach or even a third-party middleware? As long as the scenarios conform to the digital access guidelines from SAP side, those will be either applicable or not applicable. So that will be the answer. By using SAP Cloud Platform integration, it does not do away with the requirement of digital access. It has to be looked at from a scenario standpoint.
And extension of the same question is if SAP means, or if from our side we can ask SAP to stop this indirect access licensing, I think then we can also recommend to our management to go for more and more SAP solutions, like putting everything on the cloud, integrating with SAP connectors, etc. So can we take that request? Because now every management is afraid now in this particular point.
So Ashok, of course, we would be very happy to engage with you because as we are engaging with hundreds of customers and most of them have built solution on SAP Cloud Platform, and a majority of them, and it could be only a coincidence that a majority of them did not attract any indirect licensing. It's a very wide topic, as all of us understand in the ecosystem. But I can only tell you that not every scenario should be looked from the perspective of digital access. I mean, today we have got about 2,000 partner solutions which are listed on SAP App Center, built on SAP Cloud Platform, and majority of them do not attract any indirect licensing.
And
So
and one more question which is not directly related to today's topic is we are, along with all other companies, we are now preparing for e-invoicing. So as of now, what we are preparing for our organization is non-real time access. Means we don't want anything SAP to come and charge us for the online real time, taking invoice and putting it in our system, converting it into JSON file and putting it in government system and taking back the IRN and QRN code. So we are purposely introducing the delay. So that also, if the INDUS team can check with SAP, that we are going back one step to offline non-real time again because of this indirect license fears. Ashok, that also I request the INDUS group to take up with SAP.
So if I may address that, I think we are planning a series of sessions which are going to be delivered by the localization team, which has actually developed the solution. So they will talk about both the capabilities. One which is standard part of support, which you can actually, which will not attract any other cost, non-real time kind of a solution. And they will also talk about both online real time kind of a solution as well. So the first session is being planned, if I'm not wrong, on the 18th of August. So you will get an invite in the next couple of days. Attend the session. Also get someone from your audit team or the accounts team to attend the session as well, so that if they have any queries around e-invoicing or how to enable this e-invoicing in a non-real time kind of a scenario, they can ask the question in that session and get clarified around that.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah, and thanks Mukesh for that. Thanks Mukesh for that. And the second scenario that Mukesh mentioned about the real-time integration, that is exactly what is facilitated by using SAP Cloud Platform integration. Yeah.
So any other questions? Maybe we'll hold for another 2 minutes or so because everyone else, we're already 9 minutes past the time. So the only point that I have, Nitish, is and Arti, is that one of the things that I have seen many customers struggle with is the cloud platform as a suite is very large, and which encompasses a lot of tools and a lot of options. So I think what I liked about today's presentation was the clear recommendations that Arti put together in the last 3 or 4 slides. And if there is a way that we can actually look at a landscape and then talk about in that landscape how can a cloud platform help build a seamless information architecture, so to say, I think that will be a good discussion to have as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mukesh and Arti can please add in your comments as well. To facilitate the early adoption of SAP Cloud Platform, we have something called SAP Cloud Platform Discovery Center. I have pasted the link on the chat window here. I would encourage that everybody spend some time on the Discovery Center. This is an excellent tool where you can actually onboard a particular mission. It could be an integration mission, it could be an app development mission, it could be, there are some 100 plus missions we have listed here, both from SAP as well as the partners. And what it internally does, what it does at the back end is it uses the test and demo licenses or the trial licenses of SAP Cloud Platform. So it's a pure free approach of trying out multiple features within SAP Cloud Platform, including integration, which is what was covered today.
Agreed, Nitish. This would have been my pointer as well. That not just the the content which is which is being shared, but also these trial landscape which SAP Cloud Platform provides, plus the Discovery Center missions, right, which is a very guided and coached approach. We have coaches who actually support you through the mission, so that is a big advantage and worth try.
Okay, so if there are no further questions, the session's recording will be shared as a blog on the Indus website, maybe by tomorrow end of day. So if you go to induscommunity.com/blog, you will find a short blog about the session as well as the recording of the session as well. So with that, thanks everyone for your time. Nitish, would you want to close it out?
No, I think you have done it well, Mukesh. So thank you so much. I think today was basically about giving you some of the exciting stuff we are doing in this space. But more importantly, we would like to engage with each one of you. So you have the coordinates, Mukesh's coordinates, and please reach out to us through Mukesh. We'll be more than happy to engage. Yeah. Thank you so much, Arti.
Yeah. So if you are not already on the WhatsApp group, please do join. That becomes the ground for all interactions from that perspective.
What is the group?
We have a cloud platform special interest group. So there is a
Mukesh,
WhatsApp
can
group
you send me an invite to join the group?
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. No problem.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Have a good evening. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you all. Bye.